Good evening there. You're watching QTV Youth Dialogue and I'm your host, Jenna Wasonko. I can imagine the excitement at home and I had to go through the same excitement right here at QTV as our Scorpions won their game with Mauritania. I am super excited. This morning I mentioned that Momodu Gajaga asked me not to watch the game because I can have a cardiac arrest, but I was able to watch it and I was able to suppress the anxiety, but probably it's because we won. So I'm looking forward to bigger victories. So today on Youth Dialogue, we'll be talking about entrepreneurship again. Special thanks goes to Rohiba. She came here last week and she shared her experience with us. We interviewed her in 2019 and she had a failed business. Let's be honest, that was the case due to several factors. But she's able to work on herself and she's looking forward to, you know, building something better. As long as we looked at somebody who had a failed business, it is also important that we take a look at an individual who has transitioned from making tea bags from her bedroom specifically to now having a whole apartment. Let's say a little factory where she's making tea bags now. And we interviewed her back in 2019. And at that time, she was so determined, you know, trying to work towards achieving bigger things. And alhamdulillah, as you can see in front of you, I went to her apartment. I would call it a factory. Yes, I am calling it a factory and it is one. So I went all the way there. As you can see, she has all the machines now making tea bags and all of that. So she's right here in the studio about to share with us her journey. How was she able to transition from making tea bags in her bedroom to now having a whole apartment and further going down to employ about 10 people. Welcome to the program, Fatima Tanjai.
Thank you very
much.
Founder,
let me say CEO, right?
Thank you, Geneva. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, and I'm so glad, like I mentioned, in 2019, you knew what you were doing, but you weren't sure. Because obviously when you're in business, you just get to take risks and you're not really sure where you're heading. So how were you just able to reach here, you know?
Like you said, this business started small. I started in my bedroom. I mean, the idea just came. When the idea came, I communicated with my sister about it. I think I've spoken about that in my last interview. I mean, she did encourage me to go ahead with the business. So that's how I started. I did my research instantly. I went for it. But I was so determined about it. I was so determined. I went for it. The moment I started with the female tea. The moment I started with the female tea, everybody appreciated my product.
Amazing.
I'm a Serahule. We drink a lot of vetiver. The vetiver is what we use to make the female tea. So with that, I mean, the Serahule community, not only the Serahule community, but all the communities appreciated the female tea. So through that, I went along, people were asking of other herbs. So I decided to start making the borbor and the kinkiliba. We made ginger,
and other varieties, for that matter, ginger and everything.
Exactly. So I started from my bedroom. Then I went ahead. I got a small shop. I bought my small machine. With that, I went again. I got a bigger shop, not the apartment, but a bigger shop. I bought an extra machine. I was able to buy a grinding machine. I hired staffs. So the production was increasing. We made sure that our sales were going. I made use of sales agents to promote the products. We were active on social media, so we did all our advertisement on social media. So people were seeing what we were doing and then they appreciated the product. So with that, like you said, we came to the bigger apartment. So there...
The factory. Excuse me, I'm calling it a factory. For me, it is. You know, because just being able to get that whole apartment, you know, towards the business is a good thing. But now I want you to tell us about the technicalities because it involves little steps that you need to take. What does it take specifically? Okay, let's say, give me 3 things, you know, that pushed you, that enabled you to actually reach here, because you talked about the fact that you got a smaller space. You had to go to another one, and eventually you had to go to another one. And that is because the business was profitable. So how did you ensure that specifically?
You know, when you're in a business, consistency is important. I made sure that I would stick to the tea that I was making. You know, if you start a business, you start a tea business, you go into another business like making cherry or something, it won't be constant. Like, one won't be balanced. You'll be here, you'll be here. It won't be balanced. So what I did was focus on the one product that I was making. It's tea that I'm making, is tea, but I was making different varieties. So I made sure that I was still doing my research. I wasn't doing the work alone.
Yeah.
I hired staffs. You know, all this work cannot be done by only one person.
Yeah.
I cannot be doing the research. I cannot be doing the products. So I hired staffs who were helping at the back. They were doing the products whilst I was out looking for other ideas on how to improve my packaging, you know, the standard and all those other things, that I improve in my business.
Yeah, let's talk about standards. You know, it's very important that you raise that because sometimes, you know, you talk to people as to patronizing the Gambian and they'll be like, how about the hygiene? How about the standard? How about the expiry date? You know, are all these things put into consideration? How hygienic is the packaging? You know, tell us about that because it is important.
Yeah, it is. So you've seen our space. We train our employees. Each of our employees knows the procedures that we use in making these tea bags. We make sure they go through hygiene. They all have their uniforms. When they come in, they change. So before they start production, we make sure that all the corners of the production place is clean. So with the packaging also, we make sure that it's up to standard. It's not just normal packagings that we use. So I went to the internet and I searched about the best packaging that can be used to make tea bags. I worked on that. I worked on my labeling as well and my designs. I have my designers who do all this work for me. So all the necessary information that has to be done in a tea pack, I make sure everything is written.
So you talked about the fact that consistency is very important. And thank God Mohammed Danso is here from Startup Incubator because the last time that he was on the show, just last week, consistency was one of the things that he stressed, that you have to be consistent no matter the challenges, which is quite important. But let's talk about profitability. How do you ensure the business is profitable? Putting aside, I know consistency where you won't be focused on one thing, but how do you ensure it is consistent? Because this is not fair def business. Tay halis bisu make a business nga jël dugal sa post dox ak mom dem. Bo defé lolu du dem de.
No, it wouldn't work.
So how were you able to just manage yourself in a way that this is the money for this is for this? How?
Yeah, when I started, I was alone, like I said, but I tried to work with an accountant. You know, all the work cannot be done by yourself. So I have a team. So I have an accountant, I have a sales of agents. So everything is divided. I won't be handling the cash. The accountant is there. My head of sales is there. So when the sales come, they talk to the accountant will enter everything. I have a staff girl who goes to the bank. So we make sure that everything goes through the line. So if you are a business lady or a businessman, having the cash in your pocket all the time, the business won't work because you will eat in the business. So we make sure that we pay. As a business owner, I pay myself. So I don't eat out of my business. If you start eating from your business will never grow.
It won't grow.
It won't grow.
So you have to follow the right procedures that are put in place.
Yes. Your business has to be structured.
How man the bookkeeping like go?
Yeah. So we now entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneurs go to this entrepreneurship training.
So I'm now correct bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping, yeah, it's right. So we all go through this bookkeeping training. So they were very helpful. I did this. I myself did the bookkeeping training. I did several trainings, which is the capacity building training. So they really helped in our business. So I advise all the other entrepreneurs to go through these trainings. They are really helpful in the businesses.
All right. So viewers, just to remind you that you're watching QTV Youth Dialogue and we are live in the studio. In a few minutes, we will open the lines on 5050505 and then you would just... I would really prefer if we have people who are doing businesses currently to call and tell me some of their challenges and how they were just able to break all of those barriers. And maybe if you've tested her tea as well, I don't mind to call and criticize her, you know, tell her. Yeah, if you feel like something is not working well, tell us, you know, because at the end of the day, the business that you have, you need positive or negative feedback to be able to work. So let's talk about negativity, challenges. What are some of the challenges? In as much as you transitioned, there must have been, you know, challenges. Did you be at that point where you told yourself you can't do this anymore?
Yeah, there comes a times that you will want to give up. You know, we are making these Gambian products, but Gambians are not really into our products. Sorry for saying that, but
that's we can be blunt.
Yeah, so it's like we are the ones who keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing, telling them not to buy the products. You know, these are one of the challenges that we face here. Like when you go to some supermarkets, they don't accept Gambian products, which is a very big challenge. If we have all these supermarkets around the country getting our products, this will be an improvement to us. So with that, I mean, you go to the fuller shops, you tell them, okay, can you buy it, take this and sell? They'll be like, no, you know, people don't drink these products. And so, no, we need these people to take this product, buy them from the entrepreneurs. With that, we'll be able to grow. You know, we start from your country before you go to another country. When I started, people outside were buying more of my product than the people in the Gambia.
Really?
Yes.
You nekk CBT? Because ñom ñu ngi nama products yi. Products yi. Because xëy na soo fa nekkee amuloo access to wonjo, amuloo access to nana, comme raw one bi noo ko bëggee.
Yeah, so we were doing more of export than here. But since last 2021, we decided to push the products to the supermarkets. You know, we went forcefully. You know, if you go and negotiate, I mean, they wouldn't take it. But I mean, you encourage them. You kept on going back and forth, and they were tired of us. They decided to take our products. Now we have our products in all the Alfie Hyde branches. We have it in King Bakers, Haywell, the Atlas stations.
All of these places.
Yeah, all.
So is it working? Is it? Are people buying?
Yeah, people have started buying the products from there, because if we supply them this week, you see that the following week they will call again and they will need another supply. So which is an improvement, and then we see that the products are moving in the country. So we've also started supplying Basse, and then we're at Farafenya as well. So hopefully, we hope that this 2022 will be all around
so I'm
the
just
country.
going to steal one from you, because there's something that I saw here that really caught my attention, which is that the company empowers women and is trying to promote agriculture for a better way. So do you have a group of women, specific group of women that you buy these products from?
When I started working with a Carrefour in Gambisara. They have more than 200 women. So I communicated with them, talked to them. So they have all these herbs that they grow. So I buy majority of my wonjo from Gambisara there. And then they have this nana, and then some I get the Mbonbor and the Kinkilaba from women farmers in Julanga.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I have some women Carrefour here in Bundung as well. So when they harvest this Mbonbor and Kinkilaba, they just call me and I get all the products from them. So we are hoping that as time goes on, we'll be able to work with different women farmers in the country.
So are you also planning to have your own farm? In as much as you want to empower them, you know, but do you want to expand to an extent of having a field where you just harvest and then, you know, just the production continues?
Yes, so that's actually, we have already started. We have one of our farms at Kachume. This will create employment. We are looking into the young girls who are there, and I know they are not able to get chance to get a job. So we started with the farm at Kachume. We've started growing our own ginger. So we have a couple of women around Kachume there. So we mobilize them and they will get all of these things for us. Yeah,
so I know you started with the female tea. Is that the reason why the business is called Yaxare, which means woman?
Yes, basically one of the reasons. So like I said, I will work with women farmers. So when I started, the passion of working with other women, you know, I've been in certain things that I don't want to mention, like women go through what women go through, you know, being in a house, not working, and so forth.
We can mention these things.
So
it's so normal. I know some people had to say some things the last time, but it's so normal.
I know, so you know, when you're married, you go through certain difficulties and all. So I've seen that so many women are sitting down without working, you know. So this business came up, and then I said, okay, I need to name this business to women. I mean,
considering their challenges.
Challenges, exactly. So I started with the female tea as well. Female tea is something that we drink a lot. So all this combination made me to name the brand Yaxare.
And looking at your factory down there, looking at it, I saw that most of your employees are women. You know, most of the employees there are women. So I'm so happy about that, which means the empowerment that you're seeking, you know, is in line with your employment, considering most of the people there are really women. But one thing that also people in the Gambia get to talk about is that when it comes to female tea and just other chemicals that are being used, most of these entrepreneurs do not have the exact measurement. So I do not know, because dégg naa ko fi lu bari dañ dee wane hey ñun duñ dee ñeme ñi seen products yi parce que duñ ko dee measure suñ ko jëlee mën nañoo koosal leneen xam nga so ndax dang dee dégg yooyu ak lan ngeen si nekk di def
no xam nga bu ma when I started the business I worked on my research. I didn't just jump in the business and start. I worked on doing my research, the measurements that a normal tea bag has to needs. So a normal tea bags need at least 1.7 grams or 1.9 grams. It depends.
Wow.
So we didn't just jump and make tea bags. No, we did our proper research, know the quantity that you need in a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So that's what we use to make our tea bags. We know the daily usage, the number of times that you need to take the tea bags. So everything is
expiry date.
Yes, everything. We worked on the expiry date. You know, from getting the products from the farmers, that's when the expiry date starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you count that till the period the period it ends.
Yeah.
So everything is written on the pack. Everything is right and everything is correct.
All right. So we'll be able to take calls now on 505005, on 505005. Call us, and you know, if you're doing a business, tell us how you're faring, and if you've used our products before, please let us know. We're talking business and young people, which is quite important. So any other challenge?
Any other challenge, I might say finance.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I was expecting that.
Yeah. Apart from that, probably it's finance and getting our packagings.
Yeah.
You know, apart finance, can be acquired sometimes in the country.
Yeah.
You might get loans, you might get grants, but all these packaging products, you need to get them outside. You need to import them. When you need machineries, you have to import them in the country.
So this one right here is not from Gambia.
No, the pack itself.
The pack itself.
Yeah. We import it from China and bring it in the country because we don't have packaging facilities here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges. Sometimes your packagings will finish.
Yeah.
You will order, it gets about sometimes 2-3 months before you get your packagings in the country, which is always a challenge that we face in making these products here.
Okay.
So you will need certain machineries which are so expensive, and then you will have to buy them outside. At times you won't know the exact. Sometimes you see a machine in a picture, it looks big, but physically when you see them, it's small. So which is a challenge. At times you think that those are good whilst they are bad. So you order machines from outside, sometimes they get issues. You won't get someone who understands those machines to fix them for you. Those are other issues.
How are you dealing with the current ones you have? But before that, we have a caller on the line, so we'll just take that and then we will take it from there. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Sister
Bijan.
Wa Bijan.
Jamarek.
Malla mambo ma sister.
Ah?
Wow.
Okay, mong la dega. Wow. Wahala mom.
Ganyo ala naka po.
Amaya mo otora.
Karungo mo.
Majam.
Ang kompa ke anaga na patisika ka ba ni?
Oko na bijuloy.
Tik na baka sa tike na basa na dingrabe.
Anna basay.
Iyo.
Owa hoye paradise. Iyo paradise basay no.
Yo, kense.
Yo. Anke na minay.
Ya, kita kanya dan nanda ni ke dona ko.
Ya, kono mari sire.
Okay, I think you wanted to make inquiries about
where to get the teas in Basse.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the tea is available at Paradise Supermarket at Basse.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you can just call on 505005. Specifically, if you're doing a business as a young person, I would really love to know how you're faring in this country, and if you're an experienced individual who has been to business and can give us tips, please call in and let us know how you're doing it. So you were talking about access to finance, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So access to finance is not easy here. So regarding, I mean, if I...
Yes, so it's time to take calls. So be expecting this. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Na ngeen def.
Jaama rek.
Bi waaw
foo ñoo koolee
ci programme bi
waaw
ba pare maa ngi encourage sister bi na continuer ci lu mu nekk lii lu baax la ci réew mi am naa yaakaar ne government ñu ngi gis lu xew foofu right at the moment kon pour ñu jàppale ñi mel nii mu ñu gën na empower loolu na am dimbale jigéen ñi moom ci boppam loolu man kon naa to because seen bi man foog naa leeda meso wuñ ko amul solo because amul benn side effect
okay
man use naa tii bi te xam naa TV naka la mel.
ok.
te foog naa yow mi sa bopp bu mosee TV il faut nga ne ko bàyyi ma benn paquet.
man doo ma wax ma mos TV man mos naa TV.
waaw baax na because man xam naa TV système bi mooy mairie Badji.
waaw.
mairie Badji waaw def ñu lay supply foofu bu ñëwee si suñu office def ko lay indi foofu.
ok
seen office fan la
suñu client la so maa ngi encourage all Gambians pour ñu jënd TV.
thank you.
TV seeru ba pare booy see am lu mu fas de ñu ñëw to this stage. foog naa day need an encouragement pour ñu gis ne lii at least exist na fi mu continuer.
waaw yow naka nga gisee
maa ngi encourage tamit ñi nga xam ne moom borom doole la fii ci réew mi ñu empower ndaw si ndax ñu mun a am factory bigger factory daan small factory bii nii.
waaw oncle ma bëggoon a xam
maa ngi encourage képp koo xam ne yaa ngi am doole ba pare mun a bugg a am empower jigéen ñi. moc mooy jigéen ku mel nii am ité bi président bi am internet. dem Google di find out ba mu am def am research am ba mu am lii.
waaw.
am naa yaakaar ne kon képp koo xam ne yaa ngi déglu ama QTV.
waaw.
war nga am geste bi nga defal ndaw si.
waaw ba pare oncle ma bëggoon a xam rek yow naka nga gisee ndaw yi seen yëngu-yëngu si business. generally si biir Gambia bi fu réew mi toll nii naka nga gisee ndaw yi seen yëngu-yëngu si business ak ban solo la am.
ndaw ñi seen yëngu-yëngu si business yi am na solo.
waaw.
because kii bosam sax am na lu mu wone léegi. bi lu mu wone léegi rek mooy kon ndaw ñi am na luñ mun. kon kii wane na talentam bi.
wax dëgg.
wane na lu mu mun. wane na ma taxawaayam because moom tamit toogul rek mu gis boppam ne xam nga amul employment comme moom tamit mu toog mu di xaar ama may ma.
waaw.
kon moom lu mu def nii man daa kontaan na toog foog naa yuusi yëpp am na lu ñu war a def mooy ne nañ jàngee si kii.
wax dëgg.
wax man ñu naka ñu engage seen bopp si façon business boobu waaye am na leneen lu ñu mën a yëngatu. ñoom tamit yàlla dina leen fekkal si foofu.
waaw oncle yow naka nga tudda balaa ngaa dem.
man maay Modou Balde maa ngi dëkk Nema Kunku.
ok oncle Modou Balde jërëjëf si sa call bi.
waaw dëgg nag bugg naa pour mooy borom doole ci réew mi. mel ni naka seen TV si boppam mooy.
Mr Mohamed Jah.
Mohamed Jah. people like ma Jah Oil. xam nga di big wings ñu fii nañ jàppale ñii ñoo jar a jàppale. because ñun ñu ngi jooy ne factory amul si réew mi kon kii am na di initiative ba mu indi mu make a small factory in her own home. ba mu ñëw expand mu ñëw to this level. am na yaakaar ne kii su buñ ko empower kon ñun duñ oda tii.
ok.
mais si beneen fànn bi mooy.
waaw.
am na yaakaar ne fekkee ne tii bu ñoo oda ñun fuñ ko jëlee xamuñ ko. te fuñ ko liggéey xamuñ ko. te ñu ngi am suñ own product bi nga xam ne mun nañ ko liggéey fii ba pare ñu mun koo jaay fii. kon am na yaakaar ne fekkee ne dañ ko empower ba pare ñu ko jënd si moom kon moom business bi mun naa dund ba pare dafa fii si Gambia.
baax na jërëjëf.
kon amul rajo am luy génn kon kii dafa jar a dimbale.
waaw jërëjëf.
du ko ku ko dimbale du moom nga dimbale da nga dimbale réew mi because mu ngi employé booy si mu commencé di employé jigéen ñi xam naa ñoo mun a muñ du ko booy si dinde yàkkamti. kon maa ngi ko encouragé bu baax a baax pour ne ko yàlla jàppale maa ngi ko ñaanal yàlla ne bu baax a baax. yow tamit maa ngi la gërëm.
amiin
sa gëstu bi nga def di génn di find out ji naka yuusi lan lañ nekk.
jërëjëf.
ba pare di encouragé yuusi tamit ñi nga xam ne moom ñu ngi toog ba pare amuñu liggéey kon nañ am yëngatu bu ñoo def. waaw kon moom tamit bëgg naa pour moo tax mu ut gaadi di nga xam lu moo liggéey nii dafa laajte big product.
waaw.
kon
moom mu ngi siy dox sax mu ngi siy dox
mu gestu ko.
waaw mu ngi siy dox ñu ngi laa jaajëfal. ñun
ay moringa yu moo def nii yëpp loolu tamit yomb naa liggéey. kon yomb naa jàmbat pour mu mun koo use fekkaat du ci use est-ce que moo xaalis. kon maa ngi laa sant leen gërëm bu baax a baax.
jërëjëf ñun façon yi lañ bëgg ñuy kool di ñu wax ne mun nañ koo def te dinañ ko def. te am na lu am solo lu mu wax mooy ne. products yi nii yu ndaw yi di defar ñu ngi koo defaree suñ xef yi man dem naa ba si factory bi gis naa ñu ngi koo defar ñu ngi koo defar suma kanam soo nekk na loo xam ne dafa am solo torop mu tudda suñ CEO nag Mr Mohamed Jah ne nañ jàppale ñuy koo wax ne nag ñun Q group moom macha allah ñun jàppale rek la ñuy def waaye gën leen ñëw puus rek ndax ñuy gën a mun a jàppale suñ amutee beneen koola si line bi mun nañoo just continuer waxtaan bi yaa ngi doon wax affaire yi am access to finance ak naka ngeen ko mun a amee
waaw so finance bi grants yi ñu ngi si dëkk bi sometimes entrepreneurs difficult ñu am si grants mooy dañuy bëgg a dem si banque si ut loan waaye interest rate bi moo dee high so moo tax entrepreneurs yu bëri dañ dee ragal a dem jël loan so loolu noonu yëpp daf ñu dee sonal so gis na pour mu grow dafa soxla xaalis waaw ñu téye ko foofu dafa soxla xaalis so fi mu ne nii ñu jëlaat keneen ki nekk si line bi salaamaaleykum
maaleykum salaam.
jaama rek ñu ngi laa dalal si programme bi bëgg a xam rek yow naka nga gisee yëngu-yëngu ndaw yi ak business si biir dëkk bi. yaa ngi maa dégg.
waaw maa lay dégg.
waaw naka nga gisee ndaw yi ak business seen yëngu-yëngu si biir business si biir dëkk bi fii.
ndaw yi moom dégg ñu ngi góorgóorlu de xanaa suñu leen amee ku leen doole daal dina baax.
so naka nga foog ne lañ mën a doolalee ndaw yi naka lañ ñu mën a doolalee.
xanaa ñun Gambien suñu jàppalante daal.
so fi mu ne nii Fatoumata mu ngi nii nekk na ndaw bi nga xamante ne moom mu ngi yëngu si business te gis nga lu moo def war a ut femme war a def yeneen ak yeneen ba pare ñu waxaale la rek la nga déglu si téléphone bi nga bañ ñoo déglu tamit si télé bi su ko defee ñu mën a déggante so lan nga am pour wax si loolu. yaa ngi ñoo dégg.
maa ngi lay dégg Fatou moom ma ne kontaan si moom rek parce que man bor bi si boppam bi maa ngi ko door a ñam nii yàggul de waaye dégg nga affaire bi dafa war a nii.
jeex so yow am na li nga wax lu am solo nga ne dañ war a dimbalante as Gambians pour business yi ndaw yi mun a dem so ban façon ndimbal ngay laajte yow ban façon ndimbal nga foog ne suñ ko amee dinañ mun a dem.
xanaa ñun Gambien suñuy support ko parce que produit yi tii moom Gambien mun naa wax ñëpp dañuy use tii man moom suma classe bi dégg rek ci caaraate waaye étudié ma di naan tii man di man.
waaw waaye Ablaye da nga ñoo déglu si téléphone bi te man Ablaye xam naa ne yow business person nga yow ndaw buy yëngu si business nga man xam naa loolu soo yow naka nga ko nekk di defee naka nga ko nekk di dundee.
xanaa ne ko dundee di bëgg koo jàppale rek di ko man fu mu mënta nekk toolu daal naa gis ne kii bi nu mu si mën ko mbokk naa si jàpp. wax bi tamit soxla naa ko dama am ko xam naa ko mun a amee. waaw so Ablaye dem na bëggoon a ñàkk a wane moom kan la rek waaye xam nañ ne moom tam ndaw buy yëngu si business la moom tam mu ngi yëngu si business di def lu moo def waaye comme lu mu wax rek Gambian supporting their own and you've already talked about that ne kii comme lu mu wax rek ñu ngi jël consume bagage yoo xam ne yeneen brand suñ xamut la mu ngi jógee si beneen dëkk te ñu ngi koo consume waaye still we're not asking questions
so da nga gis comme yeneen tii dañoo ñëw xam nga ñu ngi koo processé so man I've done all my research xam yeneen tea sa black tea nu ñu koo processé da nga gis ne xam nga Gambien si dañ dee bugg a tea boo xam ne boo ko defee si kaase dafay ñuul so tea yooyu noonu ay colorants lañ ko dee yokka so colorants yoo xam ne sax xamuñ luy side effects yi waaye ñu ngi koy jël di naan so sometimes nit ñi dañ ma dee wax ne ok sa tea bi it's light I tell them these are herbal teas. These cannot be like other black teas. Other black teas, brands, so many brands that I won't mention that they add colorants. So what we believe is tea mu ñuul rek, let it be black. Understand? So we have to be conscious about our health. Suñu health dañu war a xoolaat lu gën si ñun. So yii yoo xam ne la bagage yoo xam ne baax na suñu wér-gu-yaram. loo gis fi yow dafay faje. Jinja bi am na benefits. Mboor bi am na benefits. ñu def na
moringa bi sax
it has benefits. So da ngay gis ñoo xam ne mboor bi it's good for laxative bi di am biir yu woo bi.
Wow.
It's very good. Wow. So kinkilaba it's good for pressure. So am nañ fi herbs yoo xam ne they all have health benefits.
But you also have a meal tea. Anyway, before we go on to that, let's just get this caller. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, dafa mel ni am ñaaka nañ boobu noonu. So ma bëgg a xam what's the relationship with that and the female tea?
Well, so the female tea has a lot of health benefits.
Okay.
Yoo xam ne if you we as Rahulis, when you get married, you have to be drinking the female tea constantly.
Okay.
So it helps in terms of intercourse. You know, some women have these issues when they're having like stomach aches, and then we have other women who go through these menstrual cramps. So with it, whilst you're drinking this female tea, it eases those pains.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started the female tea, and then we have questions about the male tea. So we waited, yeah. We had to wait since back in 2019. Yeah. We took our time because I knew already about the, I'm already used to the female tea. Yeah. Ages, I know how the female tea works, with the quantity that we use. So that was easy. So the male tea, I had to take my time. It took me 2 years to work on it. So I used the vetiver, which the one that I use in the female tea. I decided to mix it with other herbs that has benefits for men as well. So we have some men who have sexual dysfunction and then all this energy. Yeah, so it's good for...
Okay, now I get your point.
Yeah, so...
Now I get your point. Yes, but anyway, I'm so happy that you have a variety. You have a variety of tea, and I'm happy that you're also following procedure, following health benefits and all of that. It's important, and it goes down to just us as a country trying by all means to support our very own. It is very important. So, do you watch football?
Yes.
Sometimes. You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you feel today when you knew Gambia won?
I mean, I was happy. I was excited. You know, this is our first time going to the AFCON.
Yeah.
African Cup of Nations. So, and then our first match winning, which is very exciting. So everybody was happy. Everybody was celebrating in my house. This is a win for the Gambia.
Yeah. So what final words do you have for young people out there who are just, you know, trying to do business and it's not working for them? The last time we had Rohiba here, I don't know if you saw her story.
Yeah, I did.
She you know, when I visited her in 2019, she was just this woman who was ready, you know, who was ready to work and, you know, have a good business. But unfortunately, it did not work. And here you are, we interviewed you during the same period and it worked for you. Although her business is riskier, we have to accept that, but still it wasn't easy.
Yeah, business comes with challenges. Sometimes you fail. At times I can say I once even failed, but nobody knew. I had to pick up gradually. So failing doesn't mean that it's the end. You can start again from somewhere and grow again. So I will tell my fellow entrepreneurs that when you start a business, like I said in my previous words, be consistent in what you do. Starting different businesses won't take you anywhere. Start one business, work on it and see where it gets. So yeah, so that's what I will share.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fatima Njai, for coming on the program. It's always good to have conversations with you, and the fact that you're just able to juggle this and juggle other things at the same time and achieve this is a good thing. So viewers, I went all the way to Birkama. I thought I was supposed to stop at Birkama, but I had to go all the way to Birkama Dar Salami, you know, and that was my first time going there. It was an exciting journey for me, and there's a girl called Fatou Sekan, and she has a farm, she has a vegetable farm, and also she's working at the area council, trying to juggle business at the same time work. I've been saying this for so long. I need to start a business. Business. Yo,
it's good to be independent.
So man Mohammed Danso Mungfi, I'm starting a business. So today he's coaching me. I need to start my own business, but I do not know what it is. So maybe just people need to come up with ideas. Mohammed, you're right there. So start thinking about the business that I'm supposed to do. Because legi dal ko fi doxut ci dem office def business rek yow boko.
That's a passion.
Sure.
Yeah, we all have our talents. Yeah. So just look into yourself and see what I can do,
and then go for it.
Working on it.
Okay, so let's take a look at what Fatou Sekan has to offer. I'm 100% sure you'll be able to learn something from that. We'll be right back.
Gardening, I just learned it from my mother since I was young. I was at primary school just following my mom anywhere he is in the garden. So later on, I just go up to grade 9 and I'm dropped out of school because I know that my mother got money from land and pay my school fee. So that's why I just like to work on gardening. Yes, I just like to work in the garden and to work in the office too, because since I was young, I'm going to school and I'm farming too. So I just take them both bit by bit up to I'm up to at this level. Yes, because gardening I learned it from my mom, and schooling I know all my fellows are going to school, and I like to go to school so that I can be how they are. But in terms of gardening, I can say I am above them, because what I'm doing, they are not doing it. And I'm having more experience on it, and I'm having more income on it. And I'm benefiting on it again too. As a young person, if you have a business like how I am, you can have more income on it, and you benefit yourself. You benefit others too, because I don't have like how I just intend to have it, but I thank God to have something what I prefer to have. Yeah.
So eventually, do you want to employ people to work for you?
Yeah, if I have my own garden, because this garden is not mine, it's a community garden, and it is for youth and all women, both boys and girls. It is open garden, but if I have my own land, whereby I will work with my parents, my daughter, my younger brothers, younger sisters, elder brothers and elder sisters, it will be fine. I am enjoying my work. I'm enjoying it so much because I'm there for an intern from Suna Institute of Science and Technology. So from there, I just go for an attachment for 1 month. That is February. So I just like working there, and I just work. If I just want to leave, the CEO will say, no, you just increase, you just go, you do, because he like what I'm doing, because I'm doing some activities at home and I'm doing some activities at office. So he just like what I'm doing, and he love it. For me, I thank God because I'm having special people, whereby if I just go, I just give it to them and they just sell it after they give back my money. But at times it don't finish because, you know, at times market problem. At times you see you have more, at times you have less. And when you are here, you just have, you are say, tomorrow I will have $50. So if you come back, you just have 35. You see, that one is a big loss, and you are having somebody's properties on you. Yeah.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Youth Dialogue, and I'm your host, Jennifer Sonko. Thank you so much to Fatoumata Njie for coming on the program again to talk to us about her story. Like I said, last week we had somebody who had to suffer a lot of challenges that we interviewed in 2019. So I think it's just normal that we also do a follow-up on another individual that we've interviewed and was able to be successful in what she does. So we are back here with Mohamed Danso. All of you requested that the last time he did not have enough time to just give you tips as to what you can do for your businesses. So here he is. He's right here. Soon we will open the lines on 5050505. If you have any question to ask him about how to start up a business, what to do, what not to do when you are in business, please call and get to ask your questions. Thank you so much for coming, Mohamed.
It's a pleasure to be back.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're following up on another individual.
Yep.
We had Rohi last week. Now we have Fatoumata. So what did Fatoumata do right? Because I know you know her and you've been following her.
Yep.
So what did she do right?
So I think Fatoumata did a lot of things right. The fact that she invested so much in research, trying to understand her market, trying to understand her product itself. She already mentioned that she also makes sure she assembled the right team. Many a times, most of the startups actually have the challenge. You want to be the jack of all trades. It's also very important that you assemble the right team. People that have the same vision or similar vision like you. People that are not motivated just to come and get money and go, but they are motivated because they buy into your vision and they want to get there with you. Yeah, she was able to assemble the right team. She did her marketing right. She makes sure she is consistent. Now, the only way that you can actually continue selling in the market again is to be consistent. I think this is something that I mentioned last week. And again, I would definitely emphasize on consistency. Gambia feeding, therefore, okay, Gambians, we only like new things. Wow. If you open up a new boutique, everyone goes in there after a couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months, and it's not about the Gambian. Every other customer wants something new. here is the Apple iPhone, all right? Every other month, let's say in the next 2, 3, 5 months, they might bring another brand of Apple or another with a more sophisticated applications also. So every other customer you see wants something new. Now in the Gambia, unfortunately, most of the businesses, when you start a business, they are top notch. Their customer service is excellent. Their product is excellent. But as they go down the line, they come as the one is in quality. And what that does is customers will start staying away.
Then you run away. But ngeen balal ma dugalal ma pour ñu gis transition bi. Because buga na ñu waxtaan ci mbiri importance nga indi ay machines, nga am independence ut sa place, you know it's important. Fofu nonu ñu ngi mëna gis ne mom dem na be mëna amal bopam place and she's doing like you're seeing right now. Dem be am ay machines dem be am ay staff lan moy importance nga invest ci lolu comme nga independent in a way.
So independent is good. But the idea here is as a startup, so you start, you need to know exactly before you start first. You need to understand where to start from. You cannot just jump in and invest in high, purchasing machines that are of high cost. Especially don't work something very important. If you bring a machine, maintenance may break down, you will not have anybody to maintain that machine for you. All right. So balanga duga into all those things. You have to make sure you do your research right. You get the right product market fit. You assemble the right team that can actually execute. And then I'm gonna already business I am confident, comfortable enough now, okay, I can invest and buy machineries or get my own location and all this stuff. But again, for what you need to have and what you want to have in your business. These are two different things. I was on a session this morning and I was definitely elaborating on this. Business you this is in fact that you doing the start business. They will tell you okay, how am I enough money to start? That's because obviously, hopefully, maybe the guy in the budget. You realize that my budget is $300,000, $400,000. But there are certain things, it's a business. Right now, you don't need those things to start your business. So you invest on the things, the little things that the business need to take off. Now, in that process, left a lot of mistakes.
Man, I need $1 million for start business.
Sometimes, I'm not in a business, you don't even need money to start. And I'll give you examples.
Give it to me.
Let's say, for example, Jenaba, you went to GTTI. Now study electrical installation, all right? Or you study construction. Nga pare. Amulo money to start to actually go and buy materials or equipments to buy to actually start that business. But let's say when you were going to school, you have people in your class that that went through the same program, and now they graduated. Maybe they have 1 or 2 materials that they are able to use to start up. All right. What stops you from joining them? Or let them advertise if you want to start your own. Just go advertise. You have to be, sometimes you have to take that deliberate action. Them and advertise, put it on social media. Say, I am graduate and I have these skills and I want to offer this service. All right? Maybe here and there you might get 1 customer. Go back to your to your classmates or to some of your colleagues that already are into the trade and have those materials. Go and negotiate with them. I'm not this contract why I'm a bagas. Them we can share the profit 50-50. Get your profit, get your 50% and then go buy 1 or 2 tools. Next time do the same thing. Before you realize when starting as a business without money.
Why I'm not business you have fuck use money. So you're not gonna see Gambia in relation to Ndawi you wanna have access to money.
So yeah, so the fundamental thing is lolo nako very upright. Now you bari the reason you did do business. Just this morning I'm on a session and this was something that was very contentious, all right? No, I need money to start business. I need money, and I need a grant to start business. You don't need those things to start business. For the first thing that you need, Janaba, is to get the right idea. If you get the right idea, money will always follow. Get your idea right. Make sure you invest so much in research. Talk to your customers, understand their problem, build the right processes. Trust me, money will always come and follow. All right. Just for example, right now, if you go to the banks as a startup, banks say your chances of failing is 99%. So they will bring your halis, but go and build that same idea. Have the right processes. Start generating revenue. Those are the same banks that will come back to label this amount of money for you to put it in your business. So it's as simple as that. Get your ideas right and money will follow. All right? And then the notion, okay, I need so much money to start business. That's not, in fact, you don't have to start your business with so much money. What you need to do is start with the little things you have. Work with your network. Right? Angale dañ defa di wax ne your network is your network.
Sure.
The amount of good people you know that you surround yourself with will determine how far you go. So make best use of your network. Most of the people when they start business in the Gambia here, I will not talk about grants, but most of them get support from friends and family.
True.
Most of them get support from friends and family, and this is not a very bad way of starting business. Or let's say I have a dream of starting, a separate business, but right now you don't have money to start that business. Nothing stops you from doing other things, engaging yourself in other things, to generate money and then start that dream business. All right, but okay, I need a grant to start a business, or I need huge amount of money to start a business, or I need to take loan to start business is a no-go area, especially as a startup, because your chances of failing is too high. So you're in the market as a startup, in your first 2-3 years, you should be focused on trying to build that business, making sure you get the right processes, and that is exactly what Fatmata is trying to do. All right, and then the moment you are able to do that, you can now start scaling up. And when you starting to scale up, then you can start looking for other.
And that is what Fatoumata did. She scaled up at some point, you know. She had a machines, you know, and in fact hired 10 people. You know, the fact that she was able to hire 10 people for a business like this, you know. But Mohammed, we have a caller on the line. Hopefully this is a person who's about to start a business and wants tips.
Okay.
So, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Janaba.
Naam.
No def.
Jama rek kan la?
This is Jamuso.
All right, thank you so much for calling. So do you have a question?
You're welcome. I called more than 75 times.
Wow.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Fatmata.
Yes, unfortunately, Fatoumata is gone. So
Yeah, unfortunately, she is.
Yes, but right now we have Mohammed Danso here who advises young people when it comes to business. So are you into business?
No, I'm actually not into business, but I have some relatives and friends who are into business.
Okay.
And so I want to ask Mohammed, what are the starting points as a young person or individual wanting to have a business, having for example, having the grants that you have, having the required money that you have, but the knowledge that you want to put or invest into the business, you don't have it. What are the things that person should do when it comes to such person?
All right, thank you so much. So we will have Mohammed answer that soon. And just to let you know, I also want to start a business, but I'm still confused. So you just asked the question that I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's your question.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. She said something that is very, very important.
Yes.
That let's say you already have your money and then you want to go into business, but you don't have the know-how. You don't know how to start the business.
Yeah.
I think last week we actually started that conversation.
We
here.
did.
When you have the money, you want to start the business, there are so many institutions here, the likes of Startup Incubator, the likes of NEDI, GAIPA, GCCI, GYCC. We have so many institutions providing entrepreneurship trainings. You can visit one of these institutions. But most importantly, any of these institutions you go to, they will always tell you, they will refer you back to the market.
Okay.
The first thing you need to do is you need to identify what is the problem that people are facing in this country.
Okay, so it has to be a problem.
It has to be a problem or a need.
Okay.
All right? But what is also more important is you have to be able to identify a value that you're delivering to your customers. Okay. Because last week I almost talked about this, but because of time we couldn't really dive into it more. For example, let's say you go to a fuller shop, all right? You will find pig milk, you will find omela, you will find the sachet milk, you even find the tin milk orders that cost about $17, $15, right? You see a customer that will come with so much money, but he will still buy Vitale $7, the sachet.
Yeah.
Because koku no prumom nanan me like.
Okay, mom settled quality.
Settled quality or whatsoever.
Okay.
Now you have a particular customer that will come, so amute enough money will rather sit and not drink milk until am jegi pick milk or omela, amujena pick milk or omela. All right? That is the value that the person is looking. That's a value that the person is looking out from that pick milk or omela.
Okay.
All right? Now, most of the time, most businesses could they get it wrong.
Okay.
You have to make sure you identify the benefit that people are looking for first. Now, so okay, this is the problem. How well is the problem? Then ask yourself, am I passionate about this? Do I see myself doing this? Exactly, buga. Get venturing into this kind of business in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Because that consistency is key.
Continuity.
All right? Because don't want to do that and then you want to do something else. It all boils down to your motivation. Am I motivated to start this? Because business especially entrepreneurship, is not easy. It has its lows and downs. There are so many challenges. So the best thing you can do is to do yourself good is to make sure you fall in love with what you are trying to do.
You fall in love with it. So the next caller, what question do you have for Mohammed Danso here? Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello. What is your name?
My name is Wali.
Your name is?
Ali Wali.
Okay. So Ali Wali.
I'm calling from Banjo.
Wa Ali Wali, yo si business nga yengu ndax?
Wa si business la yengu.
Yo man Ali Wali mi dama melni ku ko xam de. Anyway, your business environment bi.
Ma ngi defa Banjo.
Wa your business environment bi as a young person si Gambia bi naka nga ko gisee?
Wa xam nga nit ki benn da nga war a njëkk a gëm sa bopp bala ngaa def dara. Gëm ne lu nekk def ko ci fa sa bopp. Mu nga ko amal sa bopp. Ndaw nga dooree pour mun a plan bi nga xam ne mooy sa life. Programme bi yaakaar naa koo toppa.
Dëgg la
dama ko di déglu always because of dafa nekk loo xam ne programme yi ndaw yi la.
Dëgg la
te lépp loo xam ne ndaw yi ñu ngi see yëngu rek ñun ndaw yi dañ ko war di déglu wax di si jàngee. Man ndaw boo xam ne laa woon dama téye woon suma loxo rek toog dafa ma woon dara. But li ma starté suma $1,000. La starté suma business dem jënd benn baloti fuga jaay boo xam ne ñu ko doon jaayee $1,000. Ma daaji ko door di jaayantu. Boobu musuma am bank account musuma jën dig lu ma am rek hand to mouth la ma lekk ba pare ma jëlaat xaalis bi dem investir ko. Profit bi ma lekk ko ma jëlaat xaalis bi dem investir. So léegi dem naa ba taxawal ma ko ba ma amee bank book yaagut. So li ma wax rek mooy ne comme ndawi Gambien si tamit li problème bi rek mooy motivation bi lañ dee laaj tamit. Soo gisee booy yu bari ñu toog téye seen boppa amuñ ñu leen ñaax. Puus leen wax leen. ñëpp dañ foog ne ñoom dañu war a toog rek téye seen loxo déedéet. bis gis nga dëkk pour mu dem. ñun ñëpp foog ñu jàppa ñu góorgóorlu ñun ndaw yi ñoo mën a yóbbu réew mi. te képp ku si nekk rek war ngaa mën a def dara. ndaw bu nekk war ngaa mën a def dara tey soo gisee ñi am na ñoo xam ne léegi nañ ko Gambie fii nii. te tukki wuñ demuñ fenn. tey soo gisee tey ne démb dafa si méttiwul rek doo mus a xam lu neex.
dëgg la dafa mel ni nag
li ma wax rek mooy ne. comme ndaw yi ñu gën naa motiver rek. gën naa ñaax. gën naa gindi daal. because of war nañu laa fekk seen vuy tamit fi ndee toog.
waaw seet ñoom tam lu ñëw dund ak yooyu noonu
lañ bëgg a gis nga nit ki mënuloo koo forcer mu def dara te bëgg ko. foog nga jóg nga dem waxtaan ak moom laaj ko lan la bëgg a def.
jërëjëf ñu ngi laa jaajëfal dafa mel ni suñ time bi dafa jeex takk fi mu ne nii jeex na takk dañ maa daaxa si biir studio bi Mohammed Danso foog ñu ñëwati fi rek because the whole of January dañ bëgg a waxtaanee business ak ndaw yi loolu lañ bëgg a te gis nga sa questions yaa ngi ñëw so fi mu ne nii dañ laa neexalaat rek nga ñëwaat.
Anyway, discuss.
So final words quickly.
So final words is consistency. Understand your market. The motivation have to come from you first, within and not external. Yep, you have to be.
So film nani dañoo ne bàyyi rek balaañ ma daaxa si biir studio bi till we come your way next week with another interesting program. Bye for now.